What's up?
How impressed were you with the bullpen tonight?
I think Nuño's outing was the key to the game. You know, came in a tough spot there and got us out of it and kept us engaged in the game. And tough conditions to pitch in, too, to grip the baseball. That's one of our best wins this year. Talking to the team before the game, you know, the tough series over the weekend. You come in here tonight and you know it's going to be cold and nasty, and a lot of people probably look at the weather and not come, and you're going to have to really be ready to play, and our guys were. I was really proud of them tonight. That's a game tough game to win, and our guys figured out a way. It was impressive.
Is the weather is that what happened to Ubaldo in the fourth? Do you think it just got the conditions?
Could be. I mean, he was struggling with his command. You know, we walked 7 guys tonight. You don't win many games walking 7. And no, it was disappointing, expecting, you know, hoping that he would kind of build on his last outing. But it's tough conditions for everybody.
Okay, Adam had a couple hits, including that homer. Just seems like he's always kind of able to dial up what you guys need.
You know, Adam, I'm continuing. I hope everybody knows what, you know, watching how ready he was to play. He's always on. He's always on. I mean, you know, he loves to compete. It was one thing that Jim Leland was telling me about during the WBC. He didn't realize. He said that this guy was so engaged in the competition and the winning. And I think that's the thing. Adam is always on. And our guys feed off that.
Were you aware that he got his 1,500th?
I didn't until I saw it up there. You know, there's so many things that guys are starting to, you know, guys that have been around a while, like Adam, are starting to show up on some impressive leaderboards, so to speak. It's pretty good group.
You have a pretty good view of that ball down the line.
You know, I'm obviously in the replay room, and you know, after seeing the replay, after they said to challenge it, they thought it was foul. I knew that they probably wouldn't overturn it, though. If you walk down there and ask me in a couple of days when we go to another series.
There weren't any real clear camera angles, right?
Yeah, depends on who you talk to, but you know, you wish you had a little better camera angle from up top, but you know, Seth was pretty adamant about there being a mark completely away from the line. And, you know, a set of eyes, you know, 3 feet away are probably a little better than camera angles.
Credit to the bullpen, but you guys got 2 home. You know, you're facing Chris Archer. He's up 3-1, and then you get 2 home runs to tie it, and then Adam. And that's it's sort of like waiting until and then pouncing.
Well, and a lot of it had to do with the pitching too. You know, we talk about fair foul, but you know, Nuño came in and made that not matter. And you know, there's so many elements there that make some clubs. You know, it really makes me feel good about the type of club we have a chance to be when you see, you know, not giving in to the elements and different stuff. That's a challenge. There's a lot of different atmospheres and settings that you have to play in over a major league season. But, you know, our guys, you know, it was really, you know, I had a talk with John about a week ago. I guess we were in Toronto, but those RBIs with a man on third and nobody, 1 out and infield in, you know, John's done that 3 or 4 times in a row now. That's a real, you know, picking up those type of RBIs to give us a cushion and a margin for error and gives Brad a little breathing room. But
just going back to that 4th inning with Ubaldo, but when he's in that kind of, you know, I don't say zone because it's not zone, but when he's consistently struggling with his command, I mean, how does he get out of that?
Well, you know, you're trying to maneuver the ball around the strike zone, and he just wasn't able to do it. It's what pitchers do. You know, you're a thrower of the baseball and a pitcher of the baseball, and you maneuver the ball around the strike zone with different speeds and different looks, and he just never got comfortable. You know, it's tough. You know, he's got 78, 80 pitches in 3 1/3. I mean, I felt like there was a game there to be won, and I thought it was a good spot for Nuño, but I don't like, you know, that puts us in, you know, I got to tell you, if we didn't have an off day Thursday, you might look at it differently. It's just, you know, I didn't get a feeling like it was going to get corrected anytime soon. We're playing a baseball game that we're trying to win.
Did you get any report on Rickard?
1 for 4, had a sharp single to center. Ground out third, scored a run. There's a couple other. I've got all of it. Actually got hit on the wrist hand by either a check swing or foul ball or something they were trying to explain to me. I mean, he's fine. Felt good. We're trying to figure out where he's going to play tomorrow. And then we've looked at it. I think the best shot is 50-50 in Delmarva again because the rest of the places are tough. And we thought about sending him to Sarasota today, but the competition is liable to get down there and be a monsoon down there, the way our weather's going. It was a great job by Nicole. It's a tough game to get in. Tomorrow you wake up, you'll be glad you did.
Buck, the second the strikeout by Nuño, the Kiermaier strikeout where Castillo throws to first, is he aware that all he has to do is touch home plate there?
Well, I'm sure. I'll let you, I yelled it from the dugout, but your first thought that something you do a million times, I'll bet you he does. But, yeah.
Sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you just...
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Buck, you talk. You say often that there's things, every year, every day you see something you haven't seen before. Team has not scored a tremendous number of runs so far this year. Ubaldo has really struggled 3 out of 4 times, and you're 4-0 in those games. What does that say?
I don't, sometimes I don't question. Maybe we come into it knowing that we could be real good or it could be a challenge for us, and we got to be ready. Sitting out there in that cold and wind and rain and walking a lot of people, and, that's a real challenge. I can't tell you. That's why I'm as proud of this game as any we've played, because that tells you what kind of ball club you got a chance to have when you fight your way through that. It's a challenge for a team. I mean, in the dugout, there's Adam acting like it's 70 degrees and sunny day on Sunday with a full house, and that's what separates them from a lot of people, and a lot of players.
Any word on Britton's examination? Any word? Britton on the wrist? I mean, anything?
Yeah, same thing we said earlier, that he threw today 90 feet.
I know, but he
Good.
was supposed to be checked the hand.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that. They may have, but it didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even hear.
Okay.
I'll check, though. That's a good point. I don't know if there was some thought about whether they would be able to make it today or not. I remember that on Saturday, if the person got back from either vacation or something. I don't even know if they looked at it. But, the plan now is for him to throw on the side Wednesday if he feels fine, and then the decision that goes well is whether he goes out to pitch Friday or not, whether he needs another one. If he's going to throw BP, he might as well throw to hitters. And it also works where Bowie and some of those clubs are back in town with better weather. Those don't have much hot in them, do they? Sorry. I rubbed them out, though. I rubbed the heat out of those things.